There is no publicly disclosed cause of death for Bob Trumpy. His passing on the 2nd of November 2025 at age 80 was announced by his family and team, stating he died at home surrounded by loved ones. He came from humble beginnings in Illinois, became a game-changing tight end for the Cincinnati Bengals, and later found a second life behind the mic as a national broadcaster. This is the story of Bob Trumpy, athlete, analyst, pioneer. In this video, we'll walk through his early life, his playing career, his transition to broadcasting, his lifestyle and estimated net worth, and the legacy he leaves behind. Robert Theodore Trumpy Jr. was born on the 6th of March, 1945, in Tremont, Illinois. Before his family moved to Springfield, Illinois. At Springfield High School, he excelled in multiple sports. He was part of his school's state championship basketball team as a sophomore, and later earned all-state honors in football and basketball. In track and field, he showed his athletic versatility, winning the Illinois State long jump title in 1963 and tying for 5th in the high jump. He began his college career at the University of Illinois, 1963-64, as a wide receiver, then transferred to the University of Utah and converted to tight end. These formative years laid the foundation-size, athleticism, versatility that would serve him later on the gridiron. In the 1968 Common Draft, Bob Trumpy was selected in the 12th round, 301st overall, by the Bengals, then an AFL expansion team. Despite being a late pick, he earned a starting role and made an immediate impact. In his rookie season, he recorded 37 receptions for 639 yards and 3 touchdowns. The standout season came in 1,969, 37 catches for 835 yards, averaging a remarkable 22.6 yards per reception with 9 touchdowns. He caught the franchise's first ever receiving touchdown, a 58-yard strike, cementing his place in Bengals history. Over 10 seasons, 1,968, 1,977. With the Bengals, he compiled 298 receptions for 4,600 yards and 35 touchdowns. His 15.4 yards per catch remains among the highest for a tight end in the franchise. Trumpy helped redefine the tight end position, not purely a blocker, but an attacking receiving threat, who could split zones and make big plays downfield. End of playing era. His production declined by 1977, but his earlier impact had already been secured. When his playing days ended, Trumpy moved into broadcasting, a transition many athletes attempt. Few execute with long-term success. He joined NBC Sports in 1978 as a color analyst for NFL games, ultimately becoming the lead analyst alongside Dick Enberg from 1992-94 and calling 2 Super Bowls. Locally, he hosted a sports talk radio show in Cincinnati, 1989 on WLWAM, earning Ohio Sports Broadcaster of the Year 4 times. Beyond football, he called the Olympics, the Ryder Cup, and more, underscoring his versatility and respect as a broadcaster. In 2014, the Pro Football Hall of Fame honored him with the Pete Rozelle Radio Television Award for Lifetime Achievement. His broadcasting voice became as recognized as his jersey number had been on the field. What did Bob Trumpy's lifestyle look like off the field? And what do we know about his net worth, personal, family life? He was married to his wife Pat, and the couple had 2 sons, Matthew and Jason. They resided in the Cincinnati area, staying connected to the region where Trumpy had built much of his life and career. Lifestyle. As a former professional athlete and a long-time national broadcaster, Trumpy likely enjoyed a comfortable, though not extravagant, lifestyle. His work in media offered steady income and exposure in the era before mega-athlete salaries and the influencer scale payouts. Net worth estimate. While no public record gives a precise figure, we can approximate based on his careers. 1. Playing career, 10 years in the late 1,960 seconds. 70 seconds. Salaries were modest by today's standards. 2. Broadcasting career. Many years on national TV and radio likely provided a solid second income stream. Based on typical earnings, contracts, and the broadcast era, a conservative estimate places his lifetime net worth in the low millions. For example, perhaps $15 million. This remains an estimate. Nothing official has been widely published. Importantly, his lifestyle appears to have been anchored in his community, and his work less about flashy displays, more about steady professional achievement. Bob Trumpy's legacy spans 2 realms, football and broadcasting. On the field, he remains a significant figure in Bengals history. He still holds franchise records for tight ends yards, touchdowns, yards, catch, and is the only Bengals player to be selected to Pro Bowls in both the AFL and NFL. His style of play helped reshape how tight ends were used as more dynamic pass catchers rather than solely blockers. Bengals.com described how his breathtaking big play ability downfield helped turn tight ends from afterthoughts into all-stars. In broadcasting, he set the example for former athletes transitioning successfully into media. His voice, authenticity, and presence made him a respected national figure. As fellow broadcaster Chris Collinsworth said, "Every town has someone that's the heartbeat, and Bob was that for Cincinnati. Community and culture." In Cincinnati, he wasn't just a former athlete or broadcaster. He was a local icon. His radio show and media presence made him a familiar voice and face in the region. Lessons to draw. Reinvention. Trumpy didn't stop after his athletic career. He found a second major career in broadcasting. Work ethic. From a 12th round pick to NFL standout, his journey underscores perseverance. Local identity. Even while reaching national prominence, he remained tied to his community. On the 2nd of November 2025, Bob Trumpy passed away at age 80. His impact, however, endures. Bob Trumpy's story reminds us that success isn't always about being the highest paid or the most famous. It's about making your mark, then reinventing yourself and giving back. From his athletic highs to his voice behind the mic, his legacy is layered and lasting. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Bob Trumpy's life, please give this video a like, subscribe for more sports biography content, and hit the bell icon to stay notified.